In today's episode, I get a rather unwelcome letter from the Metropolitan Police. 24 miles an hour and a 20 mile an hour speed limit. I reveal the hidden secrets behind this arch on Lower Thames Street. And of course, we play another round of GTF, Guess the Fare. Hey there, you crazy cats. It's Sunday the 15th of June. We're going out on the road today, Tariff 2. Bit of bad news this week. Got a speeding ticket and it looks like 3 points. Caught on Grosvenor Road near Vauxhall Bridge. 24.1 miles an hour and a 20 mile an hour speed limit. So what are my options? Well, unfortunately, 2.5 years ago, I did a speed awareness course and you've got to stay clear for 3 years after that. So this is what I've got. Option A, pay £100 and accept 3 penalty points, or get in front of a magistrate, option B, and plead your case. Looks like it's going to be option A. Fortunately, I am sitting on a clean license, but it's still really frustrating. I've got to deal with things like insurance and let the appropriate authorities know of my misdemeanor. Let me know in the comments below if you've been caught in the same predicament as me, speeding in a 20 mile an hour zone. And from now on, well, I've got to make sure I protect my license. I will be watching my speed wherever I'm going around London because my license is the most important thing to me as a London cabbie. And the winner for Guess the Fare in the last episode was at Huge Arms 9, who got it spot on with £27.40. And the run was from Knightsbridge to Craven Street, just off Northumberland Avenue. Well done to you.
Plans for today? Well, I know my last job's going to be at 4 o'clock because the infamous Charlie has got me a flyer from Wapping to Terminal 5. So that's going to be a good finish today. Yesterday was Trooping of the Colour. That was a fairly busy day. Today there will be road closures still. We'll see how we get on there. But first of all, I've got to find my cab. I can't remember where I parked it. I'm having a senior moment. Oh yeah, over there. Gosh, that's what happens when you get to 56. Just take a quick look around the back, make sure everything's shipshape, and hopefully we'll be doing a few jobs on Jump today. That's the new app that's integrated into the Taxi World system. I'll show you a bit more about that later. We'll also be hooking up with Dave today, have a little chat with him. In my last shift, I didn't get a Jump job, so I really want to show you how that works and how it's integrated into the Taxi World system. But the usual thing really, let's head towards the Hilton, Kensington, start off there, see what we get out of there, and of course drive at 20 miles an hour.
No room at the inn as far as the Kensington Hilton was concerned. Yep, denied entry onto the Kensington Hilton. So it was a case of just trudging into town, Notting Hill Gate, Bayswater Road. I got to Marble Arch, did a right turn down to Park Lane. Thought I'd look into Upper Grosvenor Street, still no bite, but I was pulled in by the doorman at the number 22 Hotel, Grosvenor Square. Bit of a pain this job, there were gasworks. I had to whiz around to Lee's Place and start the journey from there. Anyway, off we go. So just go through Lee's Place here, left and right onto Park Street and head in a northerly direction. Cross over Oxford Street. Once the light goes green, Portman Street goes into Portman Square and Portman Square into Gloucester Place, keeping this one very simple. Dropping off at the back of Paddington Station where the taxis rank up, left onto the Marylebone Road. Now you're going to see the closures of the Marylebone flyover, the A40 heading west. There we go, forced into the Harrow Road slip. Bit of a wait here because the traffic's got no choice but to jump onto this Harrow Road slip and either go left onto Edgware Road or carry on like I'm doing. Forward Harrow Road, get down to the Harrow Road roundabout, lead by Bishopsbridge Road. Left into Station Approach, look at all those cabs. Let's do a U-turn and I will set neatly down on the left. Right, first job, Padders. And they wanted the back entrance there. As you could see, the westway is shut, so there was a bit of trouble getting onto the Harrow Road. That's job number 1 done, and we're off. Right, from there, headed left onto Eastbourne Terrace, heading around the front of the station, Praed Street. Praed Street took me up a little bit further towards the Metropolitan Hotel, and then, well, my second job was waiting for me. Hi there.
Hi, good morning. Edinburgh Gate, Knightsbridge?
Edinburgh Gate.
Yes.
Yep, no problem.
Thank you.
I did have to think twice about Edinburgh Gate because we don't use it really anymore, only to drop off at One Hyde Park. Anyway, Ford Praed Street right onto the Edgware Road where we are now, heading south towards Marble Arch. Yep, it used to be a great cut through into the park, but that was blocked off years ago when the swanky apartments were built. Complying Marble Arch, leave by Park Lane, head south. Marble Arch, by the way, is fully disrobed now. You can see her in all her glory after being refurbished. Head south down Park Lane, comply Hyde Park Corner. Beautiful summer's day, as you can see. Get yourself all the way around, do a left on to Knightsbridge. In a westerly direction on Knightsbridge, bear right on Knightsbridge, then it will be a right turn into Edinburgh Gate and are set neatly down on the left. So when the lady said Edinburgh Gate, I was a little bit, God, I haven't heard that for a while. Anyway, job number 2 completed. Let's get out there and grab hold of job number 3. From Edinburgh Gate, it was a right turn for me. Let's head west along the Kensington Road, Kensington Gore towards Kensington High Street. And then I decided I'll do a left down Wrights Lane into Scarsdale Place, where 2 rather nice hotels are lurking. Pretty sure we haven't ranked up here before, just off Wrights Lane. This is a rank that services 2 hotels, the Copthorne Tara Hotel and the Holiday Inn. 2 cabs in front of me. So 2 hotels, 2 chances of getting 2 decent jobs. Let's see what happens for job number 3. Hi.
Can we go to Dewhurst Road, Brook Green?
So leave by Scarsdale Place, then right on to Wrights Lane, left onto Kensington High Street. Well, little did we know we were not going to make it to Dewhurst Road. As you see in just a few seconds, there will be a blockage. So forward Kensington High Street, this is just a straight line really. On the Kensington High Street, we'll go past the Hilton Olympia on the right, over Addison Bridge, over a crane. So it's bailout time. Thank you very much. Thank you. Right, there is a massive crane blocking Hammersmith Road. So the job to Dewhurst was cut short. I just dropped off outside the Tesco's here. That was job number 3 and should have gone a bit more than £10.40 because we got cut off by the crane. Anyway, back up towards Kensington High Street for job number 4. And Kensington High Street duly delivered. Where would you like?
To the Brompton Oratory.
Okay. Okay, off to the Brompton Oratory for morning mass. Leave on left Kensington High Street. Quite a bit of espionage used to take place in the Brompton Oratory. A few dead letter boxes knocking about there. Forward Kensington High Street, well there was anyway, not anymore. We'll be opting for Queensgate here. Just prefer it instead of going down Gloucester Road. Seems a bit of a faff with the left and right and the left onto Queensgate Terrace. So right onto the beautiful, majestic Queensgate down towards Cromwell Road. Left Cromwell Road, past the Dead Zoo on the left, the Natural History Museum, forward onto the Brompton Road, and then we're going to actually go into the car park and set down on the left. Okay, thank you, bye. Okie dokie. Job number 4, Kensington High Street to the Brompton Oratory. Right, folks, a jump job has come through. Elliston Street to Inverness Terrace. From the Oratory, it was a U-turn and then just head down Brompton Road and then left Sloane Avenue into Elliston Street. Pretty simple, just press the arrive button and off we go. Starting this jump forward Elliston Street, right Ixworth Place, left Lucan Place, left onto the Fulham Road, then right onto Sydney Place, forward Onslow Square, forward and bare left Old Brompton Road, opting to go around the park for this run as I did not want to go east around Hyde Park Corner and I didn't want to go through the park because I just cannot sit in the traffic there. Right onto Queensgate, head north. I'm going to cut the corner off here and do a left into Queensgate Terrace, which will take me out onto the Gloucester Road, right Gloucester Road, and then forward onto Palace Gate. Left onto Kensington High Street. I will encounter a little bit of traffic here, but nothing to speak of. Stay in the right lane because I need that right turn onto Kensington Church Street. Go forward, do the chicane, forward and bear left on Kensington Church Street, heading north all the time to Notting Hill Gate. Go past the famous Churchill pub on the left. Wonderful flowers to look at this time of the year. Right, Notting Hill Gate. We'll go Notting Hill Gate on towards the Bayswater Road, towards Queensway. Queensway looks like a drop-off for me, and he's going to cut through the little road on the right towards Inverness Terrace. Thank you, sir. Have a great day. Bye-bye. There we go. Our first jump job together. And this was a 1 out and 1 in. Immediately, a couple and their children were waiting to get into my taxi. That's okay by me. And they were off to Sloane Street. So off we go. Now, this was going to be the story for the next 3 hours. 1 out, 1 in. It got really busy. Ford Queensway, left Moscow Road, left Bark Place, get to the end, right Bayswater Road. Yeah, I just couldn't believe it. They're just going to be coming in and out constantly every time I drop off. Forward Notting Hill Gate, left Palace Gardens Terrace, right Kensington Mall, left Kensington Church Street, heading in a southerly direction now towards the Kensington Church Street chicane. Try saying that after a few sherbets. So left and right, head in a southerly direction towards the lights on the Kensington High Street. I need to stay in the left lane here, get my green, and then I'll abruptly do a left turn onto the Kensington High Street. Heading towards the Royal Gardens Hotel on the left here, and a easterly direction with Hyde Park and Kensington Gardens on my left. Things get pretty easy from now on because this is a straight line all the way down towards Knightsbridge, passing Edinburgh Gate where we dropped off earlier, and it will be a right turn onto Sloane Street. So forward Kensington Gore, past the Albert Hall on the right, the Albert Memorial on the left, past the barracks on the left, past the Bulgari Hotel on the right, hit the red light for the right turn onto Sloane Street, get the green, turn right, head south towards Sloane Square, and it's just a case of keep going and then neatly set down on the right. So my Queensway passengers are getting out at the moment, and there are already another family waiting to get in. As you can see, I'm having a conversation with them. Problem. They wanted to go to North Audley Street. Right, start this with a U-turn, head north on Sloane Street. Can't do a right onto Pond Street, so it's right Cadogan Place. Forward on to West Howkin Street, and then come out into the wonderful Belgrave Square, left to Grosvenor Crescent. Grosvenor Crescent, a little bit of a queue all the way up to Hyde Park Corner, my favourite hotel on the right, the Peninsula. And we'll comply Hyde Park Corner, all the way around to Park Lane, left onto Park Lane, roadworks at the bottom here, but surprisingly pretty quick to get through today. Jump in the bus lane on the left, heading north, sticking to that speed limit of 20 miles an hour all the time, I can assure you of that. Right Brook Gate, cross over Park Lane, forward Upper Brook Street. They decided they wanted to be dropped off in Park Street on the right. Right. That was job number, I think 7. I had 3 jobs back to back then. Well, you're getting lucky now, Mark, because it's going to be 4 jobs back to back. And this one's a go and return.
And then back here. Okay, no problem. Yeah.
Right, let's go forward Park Street and then a left into Green Street. To the end, left Park Lane. We're going round on ourselves here. Left Upper Brook Street and forward on to Grosvenor Square. Comply Grosvenor Square, leave by Carlos Place. Left into Mount Rowan, set down on right and wait. So going to wait here for the customer to come back out, and then we're going to make a move back to Park Street. Wine in hand, the customer jumps back in, left Davis Street, left Upper Grosvenor Street, forward Grosvenor Square, very simple return here, right Park Street, and then set down on the right.
Thanks again, sir. Thank you. Right, time for a break. 8 jobs done, and we'll check in on Dave. Breaking news, Charlie job has just been cancelled, so there is no Heathrow at 4 o'clock, which was a bit of a shame because that's when I wanted to do Guess the Fare. Oh, Dave. Dave, are you there?
Yeah, Mark, I'm here.
How are you?
Well, you know, not bad. You could turn the aircon on every now and then. It's getting hot now.
Okay, well, what have you got for us today?
Bit of history down by the River Thames. The archway to nowhere.
Sounds interesting. Run VT, Dave.
This is Lower Thames Street, and beside St Magnus the Martyr's Church stands an arch with a hidden history. It might seem like a quiet passage into a courtyard, but centuries ago, millions passed through here to access the medieval London Bridge, the city's only river crossing at the time. Completed in the 1200s during King John's reign, the bridge stood for over 600 years. But it wasn't just a bridge. It was a bustling community, packed with homes, shops, and even churches. From beggars to bankers, it was a chaotic mix of commerce, worship, and daily life. This one structure was vital. It remained the only Thames crossing in London until Westminster Bridge was built in 1750. By the early 1800s, the medieval bridge had deteriorated badly. A new bridge was constructed just 30 meters upstream and opened in 1831. Fun fact, that very bridge now stands in Arizona. So, if you ever want to walk in the footsteps of medieval Londoners, come to the quiet arch next to St Magnus on Lower Thames Street. what looks like a forgotten alley was once the gateway to one of London's greatest landmarks.
Thank you, Dave. What do you think about that? The archway to nowhere. If you're down by the river, Upper Thames Street, go and check that out. Incredibly interesting. As for us, well, let's carry on with this shift and hunt out job number 9.
I was parked around the back of Selfridges for lunch, so jumped onto Portman Street, right onto Oxford Street, and then into Park Lane, where, well, job 9 was waiting for me, and it was a bunch of festival goers.
Hi.
We're going to Gunnersbury Park.
Oh, you go to the festival at
Yes.
Gunnersbury Park. Oh, I know it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, I get you there.
Now, as soon as I heard this, Gunnersbury Park, West London on the way to Heathrow, where I live, I thought, fantastic job, would do Guess the Fair. Well, we're not going to do Guess the Fair, heading down Park Lane at the moment towards Hyde Park Corner, because the revellers and festival goers had a change of mind and thought they would jump on the underground to get to Gunnersbury Park instead of using my wonderful black cab. So they decided South Kensington would be their best option, District Line, and what could I do? I dropped them off there, and there was no complaining from me. It does happen sometimes. I just thought this would have been a fantastic job to do Guess the Fair on. Anyway, don't worry about that. We will do it later. We're now on the Brompton Road heading past Harrods. Plenty of traffic, as you can see, getting past this world famous department store, past the Mayfair Chippy on the right, the newly opened Mayfair Chippy. Give that a look at if you've got the time, and then bear left in to Thurlow Place, and then left into Cromwell Place and set down on left. However, this journey's not over. One out, one in.
Thank you. Yeah, sure.
You can jump in, yeah.
Going to Abington Road?
Abingdon.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yep, another back-to-back job. So I just did a U-turn onto Cromwell Place, then left onto the Cromwell Road. This job is going from South Kensington Station to Abingdon Road, W8. Just keep heading in a westerly direction on the Cromwell Road, and then I'll start slipping into the right-hand lane because I need my right turn past the Cromwell Hospital on to Marlowe's Road, head north on the Marlowe's Road, left into Abingdon Villas, and then set down on left, Abingdon Road.
Right. That was job 9. Jobs 9 and 10 back to back again. And now the jump app has gone off. So the second jump job of the day, Lexham Gardens, just around the corner from where I dropped off on Abingdon Road. Let's go and pick that one up and see where it's going.
Gonna leave by the right hand side here and just head towards the Cromwell Road, Lexham Gardens, left onto the Cromwell Road and head in a easterly direction. A bit of a straight line this, and then we're just going to turn right at the end. Plenty of traffic, as you can see, on the Cromwell Road now. This is very slow for the Cromwell Road. Normally it moves a lot quicker than this at this time of day. Get past Exhibition Road on the left, onto the Brompton Road, right turn into Egerton Terrace, and then set down on the left.
I know you are.
Yeah, and hopefully I will be soon.
To be honest, the jump jobs are very convenient because they're integrated into the system here, which is really easy, the Taxi World payment system. So there's no app download on your phone, and also they're commission free. That's enough jump advertising for today. If you want any more jump, then get in touch and you can advertise on the channel.
From Egerton Terrace, I did a left turn onto the Brompton Road, headed west on the Cromwell Road, but dived down Thurlow Place and then Cromwell Place. I was thinking to myself, let's give South Kensington taxi rank a go. And, well, there was just one cab in front of me, so I thought, why not? Let's seek out job number 12.
South Kensington rank for job number 12. Hopefully it'll be a long one, so I can finally do Guess the Fare with you. Hi, sir.
Hilton Tower Bridge.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
And yes, we are doing Guess the Fare on this one. Right, great job this. It's going to be a left onto Cromwell Place once I get let out and the lights go green. And then a right, Thurlow Place. Thurlow Place jumps over the lights here and then jumps on a right turn that will give me the Brompton Road, and the Brompton Road will take me neatly up towards Knightsbridge. I'm not going to go down Beauchamp Place and Chesham Place because of the four-way lights there. That will be backed right up to Beauchamp Place, so I'm just going to head towards Knightsbridge, get through the lights here and make my way up to Hyde Park Corner. Let's see what the traffic's like. Of course there's going to be plenty because the west to east tunnel is closed and the east to west tunnel is closed. apparently they will be opening in July, and to be honest, I just can't wait. So I need the bus lane here, slip in the bus lane there, sneak to the front of the queue, then dive back in and obviously piss everybody off behind me. As we know, routine here now, wait for those lights to give us a green, and it's all the way around Hyde Park Corner, park's closed, and we're heading for Grosvenor Place. After Grosvenor Place, that will morph in and head left on to Lower Grosvenor Place. Let's do a Buckingham Palace Road left turn, right Palace Street, left Wilfrid Lane, right Kingham Gate, left Petty Ward, forward Broadway, and then forward Tothill Street. Right Storys Gate, and then left Broad Sanctuary, past Westminster Abbey on the right. Complied Parliament Square here. We're right in the centre of London now. Massive tourist area, past the Elizabeth Tower on my right. Forward Bridge Street, forward Westminster Bridge, passing the London Eye on my left. Get over the other side of Westminster Bridge, quite a bit of traffic there for some reason, forward Westminster Bridge Road. Stay in the right lane, bear right under the bridge, staying on Westminster Bridge Road and heading in a easterly direction now, south of the river, making good progress up towards St George's Circus. Leave St George's Circus by Borough Road. Get to the end of Borough Road, we need a left turn onto Borough High Street. Get that left turn onto Borough High Street, hit the lights at Great Dover Street, a little bit of Great Dover Street, then left Long Lane. Long Lane's taking us east all the time, and I'm waiting for a left turn onto Bermondsey Street. Used to be able to go all the way up there to Tooley Street, but not anymore. So I'm going to get forced right into Tanner Street. Tanner Street, get to the end, left turn Tower Bridge Road, then do a left into Fair Street, bear left Tooley Street, hotels on the right. Just going to do a little shuffle here, and I'll sit down on the left.
And that run was Guess the Fare, South Kensington Station to the Hilton Tower Bridge. Now, how much do you think that came to? For those of you who haven't played before, the flag fall starts at £4.20 and then the fare increases by increments of 20 pence pieces, £4.40, £4.60, £4.80, £5, and so on. What do you think that job came to? I'll let you know at the start of the next episode. It's Sunday and it's also tariff 2. Bear that in mind.
Left turn out onto Tooley Street and headed towards Tower Bridge, thinking, well, I'm bound to pick up around there. There's going to be tens of thousands of tourists. Anyway, I actually picked up right next to the hotel on Tooley Street.
Already trapped a job here on Tooley Street. Let's see what we've got. Hello, sir.
SC16, 6BD.
Well, I had a pretty good idea that SC16 was Surrey Quays, and it was, but I had no idea of the street it was down. It was called Blondin Way. I had to confirm that with the passengers. So forward Tooley Street. Let's just keep going on to Tooley Street until it morphs into the Jamaica Road, heading east now towards Surrey Quays. Staying at a steady 20 miles an hour and keeping in that bus lane on the left, which comes in very handy when you're heading towards the Rotherhithe Tunnel. Get to the Rotherhithe Tunnel, don't go down it, stay in the left lane, go along the Brunel Road, and that morphs into the Salter Road and goes all the way around in a loop until I get a turn into Downtown Road of Salters Road, which will be coming up very soon. Do that right turn into Downtown Road, and there's Blondin Way. It's a first for me.
That's it. Thank you, sir. Have a good day.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Thanks. Whew. Job number 13. These jobs are really coming back to back today, which is really handy. Tooley Street to Surrey Quays. And breaking news. Well, you know, I told you earlier that the Charlie job had been cancelled. Wapping to Terminal 5. That would have been a good finish. Anyway, he's just got in contact with me. He's pulled another one out the hat. SW5 to Terminal 5. Perfect finish. Job number 14.
I had an hour to get to the job in Earls Court, Bramham Gardens, so I just meandered my way south of the river, used Lambeth Bridge to get to the north of the river, and then around the Mill Bank, along Chelsea Embankment. Oh no, I went along Grosvenor Road, the scene of the incident of, you know what, 20 miles an hour. Oh, hello, I think that might be the camera. No, that's Millbank. And before I knew it, well, I still had 15 minutes to spare before I picked up my Terminal 5.
So I made it to SW5. Took about, well, nearly took me an hour to get from Surrey Quays over to here. So it was a well-timed delivery of job. To Terminal 5, sir. No problem.
Right, let's finish with the Terminal 5. Right, Bramham Gardens, left Laverton Place, forward Courtfield Gardens, and then forward Knaresbrook Place. Now, plenty of traffic on Knaresbrook Place trying to get that left turn onto the Cromwell Road because the West Way is closed, heading out of town, and that's even more exacerbated by Hammersmith Road being closed. Do you remember earlier that huge crane blocking that main artery off? Well, all the traffic has got no choice but to sit on the Cromwell Road and head up towards the Great West Road and the Chiswick flyover. So that's exactly what we're doing. Loads of traffic here. The only way to get out of London on this crazy Saturday, or crazy Sunday, should I say. However, when you're a cabbie and it's your last job of the day, going off to Heathrow and you live in West London, it's not a bad thing because you know after you've dropped off at Terminal 5, you're going to be home in 20 minutes. And I've got to thank my lucky stars that I don't live in Barking and have to trudge all the way back to the east of England to get home. Passing the junction of the North End Road now, that means that things should start speeding up. A little bit of traffic to the Barons Court Junction and we are off. Hammersmith flyover up and down. Beautiful evening it's turning out. Hello summer in the UK, we love you. Forward on to the Great West Road and heading towards the Hogarth roundabout and the famous Fuller's Brewery on the left, all the way hugging the River Thames on the left as we go. Obviously still plenty of traffic because there's only one option to get out of town at the moment. Comply Hogarth roundabout, leave by Hogarth Lane, forward Great West Road, forward Ellesmere Road, hit the lights at Sutton Court Road, straight over, and now we're going to get vaulted up onto the Chiswick flyover. This is the start of the motorway. Stay at 40 miles an hour until we get down the other side of the Chiswick flyover. And I hit the national speed limit signs and we can really motor our way out towards Terminal 5. As we drop down onto motorway number 4, I'd just like to thank you all for watching, and it's really appreciated if you could subscribe to this channel because your support is very important. Later on in the year I will be dishing out some prizes for Guess the Fair, so stay tuned for that. Your subscription is really important. Hit the thumbs up button and don't forget to leave those comments down below and the notifications bell. Hit that as well so you'll know when my next episodes are coming out, and I publish every fortnight. Left onto the M25, left onto Terminal Approach. Airport roundabout Comply, up onto the ramp. We have arrived at Terminal 5. Set down on left.
Thanks for joining me out in the cab today. 14 jobs today, ended up at Terminal 5, which was a great finish. Don't forget to subscribe, leave those comments down below. I will give you the answer to Guess the Fare at the start of the next episode. Hit the thumbs up button, and until next time, well, I'll see you back here.